Hi, good afternoon. I'm Lizzie by name. Today is 28th of October 2021. I want to summarize everything I learned in today's Bible exposition. It was basically on the question asked by people, and Broila gave answers to them. So a question was asked that what will happen to man when he dies, and made us understand that man is made from the dust, and he breathes the breath of life into man, which makes us a living soul. He shared with us in the book of Genesis 2 verse 7. So the soul is the entirety of human being, of we being. It is different from the spirit. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 23 makes us understand that spirit, soul and body are made up of we human. So he now said, if anyone should die, Ecclesiastes 12 verse 7, the body will turn to dust, and the soul and spirit will go back to heaven, and in the judgment day they will all be risen. Ezekiel 37 verse 4 to 6 makes us understand that in the judgment day they will all be risen, and the flesh will go back to its normal body. Then everyone will face the judgment of God. And another question was asked, that why are there so many people on earth who did not follow Christ? And Broila made us understand in the book of John 3 verse 19 to 20 that men love to follow darkness and not light. They love lies and not the truth. They never wanted to be under the light. They love darkness because they themselves are evil. John 8 verse 12, Jesus said, I am the light of the world. He who follow me shall not walk in darkness. But they never wanted to walk in light because they are full of evil. So the question was placed in a way that, why didn't many people follow Christ when he was here on earth? And he gave answers that because they do evil. Romans 1 verse 28, 30 to 32. Human are full of evil. That is why they couldn't come to the path of light, because they never wanted it. All they wanted is evil. And another question was raised by a man that he is a Christian and his wife is going to a Catholic church. How can he bring his wife back to the right path of God, where the real doctrine of God were taught, so that she could be safe and the children at the end of everything? So he gave reference to the book of Ezekiel 18 verse 20, that the righteousness of a righteous man shall be upon him. So if you are righteous, no matter, you are just, it made us understand that they are just coupled, that if they should come, each of them will carry their responsibilities, their righteousness. So there is no how you know if you can save anyone. That's the book of 1 Corinthians 7 verse 16. In the judgment day, no one knows if he or she can save wife or husband or children. So there is a need for everyone to obey, because everyone has part and role to take. When you obey the law of God, then you'll be safe. So he made us understand that the only way to convince your wife or anyone you want to bring back to the right path of God is through prayer. In Ephesians 6 verse 12, he made us understand that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and power. So we are not fighting against a person. We should find God first, then bring the person who wants to the right path of God, because we will be the example. If we did not know God, they won't be able to lead them right in the right path. So we should know God first. Proverbs 20 verse 7 makes us understand that if you are walking after integrity, your children will be then after you. So they will always be after you. You make sure you know God first and pray for them. The Lord will take up the whole thing. And also a question was asked, that what is the righteousness and what is the righteous justice for men? And another question, there are many religions in our time. Which one is of God and which one is of man? The response for that is in the book of John 7 verse 17 to 18. If any man speak of his own will, that means it's not from God. But if man should speak of doctrine of God, That means the preacher, he speaks of God. That's book of Matthew 10, in the book of Matthew 10 verse 8, it made us understand that we must be free and we so it shouldn't be preaching should be free. It shouldn't be what they pay for, not like those that paid for baptism. So, and also, so to the other question, that what is the righteous justice for man, it made us understand that there is no better justice than God. Even when people are doing bad to you, always do good to them and be merciful to them. That's book of Matthew 7 verse 12. Always do good to everyone. So those are the real things I learned. God bless the ministry.